And welcome back to Bromedy.
We
Crucius
have arrived.
here with my friends.
I'm Schultz.
Me? Okay, then I thought we were going around the damn table.
Well, I'm the
Marcus
new guy.
Sensory, shut up, say your name.
I guess I'm Toon Shiba.
Toon
He
Shiba.
thinks.
Toon for short, because
Guest
I mean,
star.
it's easier.
We needed the extra brain power.
Extra, because we certainly don't have enough here.
In case you haven't been watching our other podcast.
I haven't.
Who am I kidding? We're fucking geniuses.
Yes, we are fucking geniuses and we reinforce
We
the
know
welcome.
everything.
I haven't been here for a while, so I know I haven't. been
Schultz
watching.
has not been here for 30 years. Literally 30 years.
That's a long time.
It's been a sad time here at Bromedy. However, though, answering our question from God knows how long
I had a lot of
60
time to
years
think
ago.
about it.
from our
Yeah.
last podcast, who's in our anime families? Schultz, hit us with your family.
I mean, I don't want to hit you with my family. I love my family.
Okay.
They're not a weapon. Well, I say that. My mom's Yuno.
Your,
Gasai.
your mother?
My mother.
You know Gasai is your mom?
She's my mom.
Who is your dad? The answer is Yuki. If the answer isn't Yuki, you're an orphan.
It's not. But in creating our own family, I feel that I had liberties I could take. So I took them and I ran. But my dad, Shire, because I fucking love Log Horizon. and
Log Horizon.
Log Horizon.
He is very, very dad. I could feel him as a dad a lot. And then, I went from there because I wanted a really badass brother, so Tatsuya. Because, Shiba and shit. He's
Can't go wrong there.
And, but then the rest of my family was just really fucking cute. Because my sister's Kanata.
Fuck. Oh.
Yeah, get out. It's mine. You can't go back. It's too late.
Fine. Continue.
But then I was told I could have one just extended family. So I have a daughter now. I don't know if you guys were there for the conception, but it's Fuko. And it will always be Fuko because I was told I could have Fuko as a daughter.
Dude, how are you going to feel as a dad when she's like, hey, dear dad, here's a starfish.
I mean, I'll die.
It'll melt.
I'll literally have a heart attack and die.
Then she's going to be like, I'm going out with my boyfriend.
No.
Then you're like, hey, Mom. I need you to take
Starfish.
care of somebody.
Starfish. Forever. Doesn't matter. Forever.
My turn.
Get it?
My parents are Aki and Sane, which are Nagisa's parents from Clannad. I picked the couple because they're awesome.
They're
You live
awesome.
in a bakery and your dad's like really cool at baseball.
He's really cool at baseball.
Yeah, like he's good at it, but he's cool too.
Dude, I can,
Oh,
dude.
I can't
That's
even
just
buy those
awesome.
two sentences.
Yeah.
It turns out they had nothing to do with
It's like,
each
oh,
other.
they'll get it.
However, my sister is Shiro from No Game No Life.
So many
Dude.
Shiros.
I mean,
Too many Shiros.
but she's so cool. And I kind of copied Chelsea on this one. My brother is totally Tatsuya.
Oh, is it? Hell yeah.
Well,
See,
I
I
mean-
didn't know.
What would you have to worry about in life if your brother's Tatsuya?
I mean,
I mean,
Literally nothing.
I mean, you have a sister.
Tatsuya, most likely.
Like me, I have a sister and a brother. Fucking geniuses. My life is set. And then
Oh, you
my
have-
extended relative is Uncle Dandy.
Uncle Dandy.
Dude,
So he can learn all about the booty.
dude, I can be a slave
but you know what?
to the booty.
He does have Uncle Dandy, but he doesn't have daughter Fuko, so I think I won. Next round.
Uncle Dandy. We
Daughter
go to
Fuko.
boobies on the weekend.
Dude.
I get it.
Boobies on the weekend.
Totally get it. But my daughter's Fuko. I don't think you were listening.
okay.
You know what boobies aren't, Fuko?
As your daughter.
Yeah.
But when you have those life questions that you just can't ask your parents, Dandy is there.
Doesn't matter. I don't have any more questions.
Fuko's
Fuko's
like,
my
I got
daughter.
a starfish.
Dude, if I have weird questions that are in some way sexually related, the last person I'm going to go to is a relative, probably.
Unless
Unless he's Dandy.
Unless it's Dandy.
I can talk to Dandy.
Dandy is the exemption to literally every rule.
Okay, Marcus.
Except for being your daughter in Fuko.
Dude, I'm literally just going to burn through these real quick. My dad would be Vash, so that would be morally awesome. My mom would be Yuko, so that would be intellectually awesome. My brother would be L, because then I would be, like, clever and witty and intellectual. My sister is Tsukasa, just so I have someone to fucking fawn over. And then my cousin would be Kamina, so I am thus a badass.
Your cousin
Done.
Kamina.
Get fucked, everybody.
Oh, wow.
I win.
No, sorry.
Kamina will punch Fuko and make her a badass.
Doesn't. Nope. He can't actually.
Yes, he can.
Because
Okay.
it's not allowed.
It is
Get
like,
out of
Shiba.
my house.
One relative that you want. I'm not going to make you name the whole thing since we hit you with a little improv. Just
relative to the
one.
But you can't have Fuko as a daughter.
That's right.
'Cause she's
Well, if
not
we're
that.
staking claims, Kami's my cousin, and I don't want to hear shit.
If you want to jump on this Tatsuya bandwagon, feel free.
We didn't even talk about that. That was the cool part.
I know.
This was a clandestine Tatsuya bandwagon.
So, any family member as anyone.
Dude,
Dude,
You have 5
you can be
seconds.
brothers with Eren Yeager and
Well,
kill
it
all
dep-
the Titans.
No, it doesn't depend. You have 5 seconds.
Or half the
They
Titans.
only have 4.
I
or
consider
maybe
it,
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about how much he gets.
Any of them. Really.
I consider it close enough to anime, so fuck it. I'll take the
Oh, are you about to hit us with some Avatar shit?
the grandfather from Avatar: Last Airbender. Because
Goodbye, comments. We'll never see you again.
because
Wow.
just because I love that character type, just an old guy who's support figure, and he's just like, yo, I know everything. I'm also a badass when I want to
It's
be, and I'm
dangerous
just
to
going
go
to help
alone,
you
take
go
this.
through life. So
Got you.
So what I'm taking from this is that my daughter's Fuko.
Okay.
Your uncle's Dandy.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's talking about with his cousin.
Cousin Kamina from Gurren Lagann. Cool ass glasses.
Never
badass.
saw it. But
Dude, that's a shame.
there's a lot of things I haven't seen.
Dude, he conquers planets
I've heard. Anyway,
on a weekly basis.
now the family's out of the room.
Okay.
Yeah, now that the family's out of the
Now
room, we
that
can
all
talk
our
about some
family
stupid
issues are
shit.
solved, subs or dubs, dubs or subs, or dude, I don't care. I like them both.
Whoops.
Thoughts
I like subs and dubs.
on subtitles and dub titles.
Since you're so
Dub
enamored by the topic, feel free to go ahead and start us off.
Feel free to start us off. Okay. Well, I believe that some anime, when you first watch them, whether it be subbed or dubbed, that's what you get hooked on.
All right.
I can
But
believe it.
however, I believe there are some shows that legitimately have a standalone dub or sub that just shines above all else. Cowboy Bebop example, there is no sub.
There is no sub. I think we've talked about this on literally every
We did
podcast.
talk about this quite a bit.
On everywhere.
But it just seemed like the best example to go with. Dubcast that just blew away the sub version, and that's why it becomes so popular over here in the West. And like I said, people want to know like why people watch subs or dubs, and I'd like to legitimately say it's because one's better than the other. But like I said, some people have personal preferences.
I have a personal preference.
Okay.
Go ahead if you had something.
No,
to say.
I was just gonna say I generally prefer subs because I believe the subtitled version is the way the show is intended to be taken.
Lies.
But I do believe that there are those dub voice actors that can hit a character personality better than the original sub voice actor.
Well, I will go ahead and say this.
Okay.
When a dub was being made, I think it might have been Johnny Young Bosch. Don't quote me on this because I'm quoting him on something I'm not sure if it's what he said. Johnny Young Bosch said they are not hired to be voice imitators; they're hired to be voice actors. So saying that is based off that's how it was meant to be done. No, that's the voice actor's interpretation of the character. It's two completely different things to say that. Second off, when I'm not being butthurt, I prefer dubs literally because it's in the language that I speak, and I can literally listen to it and watch the show at the same time rather than like spending time to read the subtitles, which I mean it isn't long, but you're still missing parts of the show and some of the visuals. And plus, while most people like it goes on either side as far as sub and dub is concerned, but it's a lot easier once again because it's in English. It's so much fun to have like that extra layer of like interaction with the anime, as to say like I have a favorite voice actor, or wow, Bryce Papenbrook sucks, or like just different stuff like that.
Choo choo, I'm on that train.
Dude, team J. Michael Tatum and team fuck Greg Aries.
No, Greg Aries is a cool guy. It's just
Dude,
his
he's got a
voice.
good dub. He's good at dubbing. He's got a terrible voice. That's the
His,
problem.
his voice is just a few cigarettes the other way, and I don't even think he smokes.
Dude. I guess that about wraps up my opinion on subs versus dubs. I mean, it's really just a personal preference, but I mean, like Crucius said,
I think, like I said, when I watch a sub or a dub, to me it's literally about character portrayal. And my one example I can think of, and I'm pretty sure I heard somebody else say this too. I watched Toradora. if you've ever watched the sub or the dub, for example, the character Taiga, the subtitled or the Japanese voice actress is so much better than the dub, simply because the emotion she has in her voice in the character is just more real. Where I think is the dub voice it just doesn't hit me like it did in the sub version. And like I said, it may just be a emotional preference, but it's literally character portrayal.
That's a little bit delving further into the objective part of it. But at the same time, yeah, I can totally understand how, like, sometimes characters can be viewed differently based off what the voice actor portrays. But at the same time, usually it's not too bad unless it's Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
So.
But, well, I mean, for me, it's never like, I don't go for one because it's subbed or dubbed. And again, there's obviously better for one or the other. If I notice that one is bad, that's when it is. Because normally I don't remember reading subtitles. I just kind of like hear the voice, and that kind of just goes with the words in my head. I don't remember reading. I just see the image and I catch the words and know what they're saying. So like you say you have a problem reading it and missing part of it. I don't. And that's why I have literally no issue going between the two. But if I notice an awful voice actor, if I can like suddenly be like, oh, why am I watching this one? Then yeah, that's where the problem is. So I only really notice the bad ones, and everything else just kind of flows for me.
Well, I mean, you can almost tell which one's the good ones and the bad ones. Because, I mean, all you have to do is just looking at the voice actors themselves. I mean, there's certain people that you see that you immediately know at least this one character is going to be great. Like, as far as the dub is concerned. I mean, I hate to say it just because I don't like his voice, but Greg Aries is just about every time I'm, like, really on spot with his dubs. Like, as far as lip sync is concerned. And, I mean, one of my favorites is Colleen Klinkenbeard. When she's actually behind a damn mic. She can actually, she does a really good job, you know. And then there's some that like will even go public with their acting styles, like Monica Rial. I mean, she tries to add a different layer to hers. I think the thing that she says is each of her characters she voice acts has a secret that only she knows when she voice acts them. So I mean, when you see someone that's like a really good voice actor, you can tell it. And then in the subtitles, sometimes it's a little bit harder just because we don't speak the language. We don't really, like, we know the words they're saying, we don't exactly know how they're saying it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if someone's upset and the Japanese subtitle is, damn it, you're going to know they're upset. Like, don't get me wrong. But, like, it's a whole lot easier to judge the dub than the sub for me.
The subtle nuances of the language that you can pick up through just voice or word choice.
Inflection and stuff like that, which I don't really know what that word means,
Because,
but I've got a rough idea.
Whenever with subs, you know, you're reading what the words are translated as, so it may not always be their specific choice of word for the situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the relative idea of what's being said.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I think, like I said, to me, I feel like the best way to approach this topic is with examples.
With examples.
Yeah, and so, like for my example of a really good dub.
Dude, does it rhyme with Cowboy Bebop?
It does not actually. I'm going to go with Bakano on this one.
Bakano.
And the reason why I think it was so much better in a dub text is because it was portrayed in a New York, setting, a Jersey.
Oh, are we about to start
context.
talking about period dubs? Holy shit.
Are we?
Defining period dubs. A period dub is where accents are put into the show because of the location of the anime. And we're about to start talking about Hellsing Ultimate as soon as you wrap up Bakano.
All
So
right.
have your fun.
Well, my thing is J. Michael Tatum, Greg Aries, Brenda Palencia, and there's so much more.
I believe you said Millie Thompson's voice actor
Yes.
from Trigun.
And Deus Ex Machina. I can't ever
Kent
remember.
Williams.
Kent Williams. I can't ever remember his name. They all portray Jersey accents.
Todd Habercorn, man.
And Todd Habercorn. Oh my gosh, I forgot Todd Habercorn. And they kill it.
Mm.
Like, I love that show, and part of the reason I love it is just how well they do with their voice acting and the script in the show. And that's my example of just a really good dub. Now, as far as the bad dub goes, I could say Attack on Titan, and it is bad.
It is.
When you are able to jump from lines such as like inspirational quotes trying to get everybody rallied up for a fight to Titans, that's bad. That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's not just bad
That's
dubbing.
just-
That's
yeah.
bad script writing.
Yeah, that's the staff involved fucked that up as well.
And I'm like, I don't know what you were doing with a show that was just booming at the time.
Mm-hmm.
you messed up. But another example is Clanad. I was going to talk about that. Subs way better than dub. The voice acting was terrible. And I didn't even know some of the actors. I guess they were some new, or it was one of their first things. They had a couple of good voice performances in there. I think Fuko was actually one of the dubbed characters. Schultz loves Fuko.
By the way, I love Fuka.
It's very true. But who actually, they said she had a really good performance. But like I said, it just wasn't, it didn't hit it for me. Having watched the sub, and it was really good. But anyway.
Period dubs.
Period dubs.
Hellsing Ultimate wins. Nothing else wins. Hellsing Ultimate wins. And I can tell you why Hellsing Ultimate wins. First off, Crispin Freeman is involved in Hellsing Ultimate, thus Hellsing Ultimate wins. Second off, look at the Hellsing Ultimate cast. You will not see these characters anywhere else. Literally anywhere else. Why? Because they were literally like, who has a great English accent or who has a great German accent? They casted those people, which is why the fucking dub for Hellsing Ultimate sounds so damn sexy. So, like, if you have a period dub, the reality of the show, for instance, Black Lagoon, when you watch the dub version of Black Lagoon, in the sub, you've got, like, Japanese people. Because if it isn't Japanese, you're going to be like, what the fuck are they saying? So, like, literally, in the dub, they've got all these different accents based on who the characters are and where they're from. So, like, period dubs really help to immerse you into the anime, even though some of them can be really stereotypical, I should say. So, like, fuck yeah.
It excites you, doesn't it?
It does. Period dubs are what I fucking look for. Because, first off, that means they put way more work into the casting. They put way more work into the voice acting. And, like, it just adds that much more to the characters and the universe and, like, the setting that they're in. God, it adds a lot to it.
Seems like it has a lot to do with casting, like, overall, just who they all decide to put in there.
Oh, well, yeah.
And another thing about casting I was going to talk about, Marcus enjoys Holic.
Marcus enjoys Holic.
Now, the character voices for, like, say, Yuko.
Yuko, Colleen Clinkenbeard,
Now,
master.
The subbed cast for her.
Oh, fuck the sub. How's that sound? If you have a wise, old, incredibly powerful character, and you give her the voice of a 19-year-old girl, that's stupid. If you give her the deep and intelligent-sounding voice of Colleen Clinkenbeard, then it nails the character. It's like, if you give a little furball that just jumps around and says cute shit the voice of a 40-year-old woman, that is also stupid. I fucking hate the subtitled version of XXX Holic. It's such, like, it's that, you know how you can have, like, bastardized versions of characters? Like, the one I go to a lot is Levi from Attack on Titan. In the dub, he's so different. In the subtitle, he's, like, aloof, he doesn't give a shit. In the fucking dub, he's like, I'm a badass, so nothing challenges me. Look at how badass I am. Like, that's such a misrepresentation of the character. And it's the same thing in this. Is like, they were like, hey, who sounds nice? And they were like, this girl. Well, she's going to be Yuko. No, that sounds ridiculous when a child voices a grown woman who is supposed to be putting across intelligent lessons in the format that it is portrayed. Fuck this sub for Holic.
So we're saying sub for Holic's bad.
Don't watch it.
Titan's bad. Really
what we're saying is watch them both. Find them out yourself. Because there's a lot of objective shit that goes... subjective shit.
Subjective. Speaking
Yes.
of, we're going to do some subjective here.
Oh, shit.
Where me and Marcus are on different sides. I love The Future Diary. I watched it dubbed. Marcus watched it subbed.
And I watched both.
Because...
And Schultz watched both.
It's actually kind of funny. We were talking about possibly doing a Future Diary review. And I was like, I'm
the near future.
I was like, I'm going to watch some episodes of Future Diary to, like, get myself back into it. And I watched it before it was dubbed. So it was Mirai Nikki, like the Japanese title. So, like, I got on Hulu. And I was like, Mirai Nikki. And it's like, they don't have it. I was like, I swear they had it. Like, literally, like, 2 or 3 days. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like...
They just lose things.
No, I was just like... Future Diary? It's like, yeah, they got it. I was like, well, shit. I was like, I'm an old fucking man.
So I watched it myself, subtitled, and then one of my friends was watching it, and I was like, I should probably watch it. And I just went straight to the way they found it, and found it dubbed. So
Dude.
I've just seen both now, and I might watch it again. So honestly, we're here, and I enjoyed the show. That's why I watched it twice.
Oh, we were waiting on to hear your
Yeah,
dub
I mean,
sub
this-
opinion.
I mean-
Here's the thing. I don't want to fight.
You don't have to fight.
dude, just
Like
personal,
I said, this
personal
is
opinion.
yes,
It-
this
it
is
won't-
deeply subjective right now.
He says before he kills me later.
This is deeply subjective right now
But-
and later.
If I had to pick between
Oh,
the
so
two,
since he said he was going to kill him, Schultz thinks the dub is better.
it was the sub. I
Ooh.
like the sub more.
Holy shit! I've never had this moment with Schultz.
I did enjoy the sub a lot more, and like I said, I don't remember a lot from shows because it just kind of flows again because I just watch. But and again, I'm trying to think because I watched it later. Because like I said, I watched the dub second, so it's actually fresher in my mind than the sub. But I just remember, again, I didn't notice the voices as much in the sub as I did in the dub, and again, that's the only way I really know to say anything about them. Is like there was points in the dub where I just felt like I just felt off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say much about it because, like I said, I'm not as into voice actors and finding as you two are, but yeah, I did just enjoy the sub more in general.
The main reason that I liked the sub more was because I stopped liking the show up to a point. That's not really important. It's just something you need to know because of what I'm about to follow up with. The main redeeming factor for the show was Yuno Gasai because she's actually like one of the more interesting characters in recent anime. And because of that, I felt that the subtitled version of Yuno I enjoyed more just because she was a lot crazier and she could flip that switch between love you and I might kill you a lot easier than Brina Palencia did. Not saying that Brina Palencia has done like a bad job ever. I'm just saying that the subtitled version had a better job. In my subjective opinion.
I hate to use this to be subjective about.
Hey, I like hearing both sides of the scope.
Well, it's really hard to argue voices.
Yeah. Like I said, I prefer the dub. And I did watch subbed after I watched the dub. And like I said, it literally come back to me. I thought Brenda Palencia played a better, like I said, it was just me backwards. That literally is just a separation of opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that's my thing is like I just thought she did a good job of being cool, collected, and then when she did go crazy, I thought she could play that part. And I have a weird appreciation for Josh Grail. I do not like Yukiteru Amino.
I mean, if you like Yukiteru Amino, you've probably got a thing for characters like Yukiteru Amino.
But Josh Grail, like I said, I mentioned before, plays Armin, and he plays whiny characters really, really well for a powerful, gruff man. So I just have a good appreciation for him. Of course, Tatum's in the show. He does really good. And whoever plays Ninth, I don't know her name.
I mean, we thought it was Revy for the longest
I
time.
thought she was Revy. But she's not. But she did a good standalone job on the show. So I just enjoyed the dub. Wide variety. Ian Sinclair's in it. And I like Ian. I like him and the hope for future dubs. But, yeah, that's just how I feel about Future Diary.
Mr. Toon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been silent this whole time. I've just been listening to the conversation.
Understood.
I primarily am a subs man, just for the simple fact that when I'm watching new stuff comes out, it's always subbed. And I'm not a rewatcher. I won't go back and watch an entire series and try to get every little detail out of it. So, usually just one and done for me is how I take anime, and it comes subbed. So, now, and obviously, if you grow up and you watch Yu Yu Hakusho or Dragon Ball Z, you can't go from the dubbed to the subbed. It's impossible. You can't take it seriously. It's not the same show.
It's over 9,000.
It's even worse than that. I mean, that's
what we were joking around earlier about theatrical performances for subbed shonen anime and those overpowered moments. Power creep for
Power
Schultz.
creep, Sir Schultz.
I've never heard those words, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, theatrical spirit bombing.
Boom. We have them here at Bromandy.
Yeah. I enjoy sub. Like I said, I watch Sword Art Online just for it to be ruined by Bryce Pappenbrook.
That's really not hard, is it?
I enjoyed it subbed. I enjoyed it very much so.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
And I don't know who the sub voice actor is for Kirito, but he's in everything.
They,
I don't know names.
Well, he's what's ironic, he's sub Aaron Yeager, and I'm and I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
he was Masaki Ichijo in
He's
Irregular.
the Crimson Prince in Irregular.
Yeah.
He is
Dude, he's like
everything.
Todd the Peppercorn.
I like Todd Habercorn.
Todd Peppercorn's a boss.
This guy. You want repeat watch things. I'm not going to go into name shows. I've watched shows, twice, maybe 3 times. I've watched one show 5 times. Just think about that.
Well,
You know what I'm thinking about? What show it is?
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't think you can think of it, though.
I can.
And I'm not even going to name it. It's
Damn
for
it.
your imagination in the future.
No. It's just not me. I mean, when I was a kid, I would come home from school and every day I would put in VHS Return of the Jedi and watch that shit once, maybe twice a day.
Understood.
And then I think that may be what killed it for me. But there was a point where I just no,
You got too cocky?
one and done. I'm done.
When I was a kid, I watched the credits of everything. That's all I watched. Don't know what the words were. Don't remember them. I saw like slow moving words on a black background, and I was done.
Boom.
But
Anime, you guys.
we came back. We found our way home.
Dude, so the question was, dubs or subs? Who
Whatever the
cares?
fuck you want.
Yeah, it's like whatever
It's like,
floats
whatever
your
you want.
dick.
There are good dubs, there are good subs, there are bad dubs, there are bad subs. And Bryce Pappenbrook sucks.
Greg Aries has an annoying voice.
There's a few constants in our world.
Yeah, there are a few things that are law.
Yeah,
in
there
the
are
island
10
of
rules in
Bromandy.
Bromandy.
Dude, can we?
Rule 1.
They are being found.
Cowboy
by-
Bebop has to be named, has to be mentioned in every single podcast.
Okay. We can
Number 2, Marcus has to name somebody by their real names rather than their fucking web handles. Number 3, Marcus is gonna have to take off his belt because his fat ass stomach is gonna get dug into if he wears it.
3 times now.
Number
3 times
4. The mouse and or pins will be clicked 1 to 2 to 3 times
You'll hit
in a
the table.
podcast.
You'll hit the table maybe twice, maybe 4 times. I've watched.
Number 5, it will take roughly 2 hours for each podcast to actually get damn rolling.
We were waiting 2 hours before we started.
Dude, I feel like we could do this if we just fucking powered hard enough.
Oh, well,
We have to
do it-
talk
do it.
about not liking or liking Sword Art every single episode.
Okay. Did we address that Pappenbrook sucks?
Pappenbrook
That wasn't a
sucks.
law yet.
Greg Aries is also unacceptable.
We have aggressive
That's
feelings
like a
towards
subordinate.
Shonen.
Josh goes off on random topics and he just fulfilled rule number 4.
No, you said
Rule
others.
10, let's all have fun and play together, man.
Alright, that's a good rule. You forgot the I thought number 10 was gonna be Kill a Kill.
Nah.
No, that's the unsung rule number 11.
Okay.
That doesn't have to be said.
Yeah, that doesn't even have to be a rule. That's rule number 11 in title alone. It's just assumed from this point.
Okay. So, but if we need to have a podcast about it, we will. Anyway, we'll go ahead and move on to another topic since we're done with the dubs and subs.
Oh, I like this topic.
Your most relatable anime character.
Boom, Crucius, start.
Me?
Yeah, I want to be last.
I'm glad you knew the topic.
Yes, you. And then we go to
Link
Schultz.
from The Legend of Zelda. I'm just kidding.
Dude,
That's a video game.
Yeah. it was like,
I mean, it might be an anime somewhere.
good idea to voice your opinion on that one.
I like The Legend of Zelda. Anyway. Ooh, I could pick Lloyd Irving too. No, never mind.
Stop it.
Okay.
some
Actually,
focus.
I'm going to pick Tomoya Okazaki from Clannad.
Explanations,
Now,
please.
we want to know why. Okay. I love my friends.
Dude, team the legendary One Tree Island of Bromandy,
Team Bromandy.
on which we all reside.
We founded it on our friends. Anyway, Tomoya, like I said, the whole show has been around him helping all his friends. And I don't care that, like I said, it's just pretty much girls. He has a best friend. But, like I said, I just enjoy the concept of a character, like I said, who the entire premise was for his friends and not for self. He plays basketball. I relate to that. Let's see here. And the whole time, like I said, he's helping out all these other people. Like I said, he's got his one true love. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of flaunting around with other women. But like I said, there's just a spirit about him that I relate to, and like I said, and plus there's a love for a little cute little girl named Ushio. And
I was like,
I got lost for like a half
No.
second.
Ushio's his daughter, in case you didn't know.
No, I was just, it's because I'm ready for Fuko to be said every time.
Oh yeah.
So just cause.
Anyway, like I said, the whole premise when watching Clannad, like I said, I just enjoyed the character. I related to him. When the emotions were filled in the show, I cried like a man. And enjoyed every second of it. And related, I literally related to when he went through his things, I went through them with him. I pounded the table rule, whatever the fuck it is. Anyway, Tomoya Okazaki, I relate to.
See, I have problems with this every time.
Do you?
Yeah, I can never nail it down.
You got this.
It's a tough choice.
I don't.
It's not for me
Well,
just because someone
You've had
accidentally
this
nailed mine.
forever.
I almost picked Ryuji
Ryuji.
from Toradora.
I can sympathize with Ryuji because I have a face of an angry gorilla when I'm just sitting here.
He's gruff.
So, I'm on that. Dude. Neil.
Yes.
Fuck.
That took 2 seconds. Oh, it's great.
Toon Shiba, you motherfucker.
Oh,
Who do you relate to?
Oh.
It burned.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the first thing that came off the top of my head because we'll be here all goddamn morning.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, so sticking with my name, I'm gonna go with Irregular, and I'm gonna say character that relates to me would be
Hanukkah.
no.
Dang it.
Dude, that's a fucking holiday.
I like she's gonna win, but no.
Ah,
I would have to say the Mickey, Yoshida Mickey, Erica's friend.
yeah.
Because he just kind of hangs out in the back like I did the entire first half of this podcast. And he's always there. And whenever he doesn't really do much, he lets other people take the stage. But when he has to go forth and, kick ass or do whatever is necessary,
Stand up for his woman.
stand up for his woman, all that good shit.
I like
He
Yoshida.
comes out there. And, as far as the characters, and no, never mind. I'm going to go off on a tangent.
Yeah.
I'm going off on a tangent, but
Toon Shiba relates to Yoshida
Yeah.
from Irregular Magic High School.
or background character
And I can
number
see
one
that.
from whatever show you like the best.
So you're saying you talk to spirits and like to wear cloaks?
I could.
Okay.
I could.
I mean, we can give it a shot.
It makes sense.
As long as we're not judging what I do with my free time. Yes.
Marcus.
Marcus. My character that I relate to the most is a tangent that you're not ready for. The character that I relate to the most is Kyon from the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And the main reason for that is because Kyon literally goes through his life and he talks like, at the beginning of the show, he literally says, I used to love all these things that are considered childish, all these things that are considered immature. And now I have to give all these things up to become a quote-unquote adult and to become mature, even though I really want those things to be like in reality. And then he meets Haruhi, and all these things start to show up, and he starts to realize that this is exactly what he's wanted. And just that revelation of the character to just like literally being what everybody wants, because whether they say it or not, everybody wants their little fantasy adventure thing, like no matter what they say. And for a real life character to just be thrown into this, and for him to be so relatable because he's logical throughout the entire thing, he reacts to everything as a normal human would, and all the weird things that are going on around him. And because of that, and because of the situation that he's in and the way that he actually feels about it, whether he says it or not, is really just one of the most relatable things I've ever really seen in a character. Is just as far as I'm concerned, Kyon is probably one of the most relatable characters for really anybody, because everyone has that sort of story that they want to tell and like story that they want to live through. I like Kyon.
I like Kyon.
Crispin Freeman, man.
So you relate to a deity?
Listen. No.
I mean, he's God, right?
No.
No? Okay.
The author said no, because no.
Oh, I was just asking.
Even though it's actually kind of cool that theory is.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Schultz, have you come to a conclusion?
Look, life is hard,
Okay.
and I was unready.
I mean, if you relate to Fuko's father, I understand.
I mean, I would love to be Fugo's father. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But I just can't think of the name of some people. But there's that guy right there on that poster. He's blonde as fuck right now with his toast.
Sunahara.
We're talking about,
Planet?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. I
Sunahara.
can never think of his name.
Sunahara.
Well, there we go.
I can soon
Because-
hardly imagine.
Oh.
Oh my.
Puns here at Bromedy.
Very, very quickly chosen and very, very quickly chosen. But I mean, we're bros. That's
We are bros.
I think that's one good connection. Also, I don't know. I just like him a lot.
I would live in the
I
Clannad
feel like
universe.
I
with
could have
you.
just been him. I could.
Although I feel like I get the
I
short
feel I'd
end
be.
of the stick.
I mean, I would.
No
Dude.
spoiler intended.
But yeah, I wasn't ready for this. I'm sorry.
It's perfectly fine.
Man,
I was.
I almost
You're always ready for this. You've been waiting for this day.
I have.
I had conflicting views because I almost picked out Tanashi from Angel Beats, which is basically the same person as
Yeah,
Okazaki.
you're not gonna like. I was like, it's the same guy.
It's basically the same person with a different hair color.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's like Haruhi and the girl from Angel Beats.
Oh,
Same person, different hair color.
I'd be the first one to tell you Yuripe is a terrible ripoff of Haruhi. And I love Angel
It
Beats.
feels good.
I love Angel Beats, but
Yeah.
she's a terrible ripoff of Haruhi, just like Angel is a ripoff of Yuki Nagato.
Yuki Nagato.
So,
I may have enjoyed the
God,
show.
we've had some venting today.
We have.
Some
I need to
honesty.
vent.
Some
It's quite
honesty.
warm in here.
We've had honesty here at Bromandy.
The honesty cast.
We should leave our millions of viewers
I'm afraid to fight.
with a question.
Vexing question.
Has anybody got one?
No.
Did you just stop the recording?
No, I did not.
I was about to say, you sexy fuck, but then it didn't
No,
happen.
that'd be awful.
Mm.
Sexy. Talk about rude.
Alright, well,
But all I'm going to say is if Marcus doesn't pose a really good question in 15
He's
seconds,
trying.
we're going
You're talking
to
over
figure out who our waifu is
Oh,
this
God.
podcast or next?
by next podcast.
14.
I thought you already had one. Come on.
12. 11.
Stop
Mm.
counting. It doesn't help.
9.
Now you're thinking about numbers.
8.
Think how your tongue's sitting in your mouth.
6.
It's really hard to breathe right now.
5. 4. Dude, you guys tell us if you think shonen is a legitimate archetype or genre or not. Please give reasons why or why not, and feel free to respond to each other in the comments, should there be multiple comments. You guys enjoy yourselves. This has been us from Bromandy not talking about waifus. See ya!
Later.
Bye me.
We
won't.
will.
It will be quite short.
We just did it.
It'll be fuck, kill, a kill, and then we'll play a better show's soundtrack for 5 minutes.
Dude, everybody just got to put their hands up.
And salsa lightly.
Anyway.
In case you don't know, Death Parade's opening is amazing.
Oh, they know. They know. I played it in the Reinforcement of the Vulcan.
They should know. And if you've watched Reinforcement of the Walking, all power to you. Cause
I still haven't. Still haven't. You know why? Life, man.
dude, we were in that podcast for 2 hours.
I bet you were. Bet you
And
were
then
deep.
Schultz shows up.
Dude, that was a rough day.
And it's in the back half. Five Nights at Freddy's with Barack Obama.
None of this needs to be in here.
No, this is
Stop at the rules.
Bromedy fun time.